Tisha, I'm Kelley Palmer. I wanted to talk for a moment with you about responsibility. Each of us has a responsibility in this moment, not only to ourselves, but also to the world around us. The conversations about white supremacy and racism, equity and wellness, they're everywhere. And that makes me so excited because I want that. I want everyone to have access to the life that they desire. I want everyone to feel safe to exist. And for that to occur, each of us is going to have to lean into our responsibility. If we look at the definition of responsibility, it's an opportunity to make a choice or a decision independently and without the authorization of another. And the word that jumps out to me in that definition is the word opportunity. So, in this responsibility that we have to ourselves and to the collective, holds the opportunity for us to shift, for us to reimagine, for us to be very clear about our power and our privilege, and to be clear about the ways in which we want to shift ourselves so that we can shift the world. Responsibility in this moment can look like three things. And the first is you have a responsibility to know your history, to know not only who you come from and where you come from, but also you have a responsibility to know how those people, how your ancestors played a part in upholding or pulling apart systems of oppression. And that's not done or shouldn't be approached in a place of judgment or shame. It should be approached in a place of being very clear about how you as an individual get to be existing in this present moment. And with that knowledge, we can be very clear about the ways that we want to shift our legacy, the ways that we want to shift how we show up as an individual. The second place that holds an opportunity, a responsibility, is being able to sit with discomfort. The conversations about race are not comfortable because they're asking us to examine ourselves. And I believe that most of us, especially people who are deeply involved in yoga and wellness, we want to view ourselves as good people. But it's hard to do that when we also have to face how we are upholding a system that harms others. But for us to grow, we have to be willing to lean in and to sit in that discomfort, because through that, we're stretching our perspectives, we're expanding our information and knowledge, and also we're expanding the ways in which we can show up in the world. It helps us grow. And so when we lean into that responsibility of sitting with discomfort, we're creating an opportunity for our individual growth, but also for the collective's growth. And the last place where we hold a big opportunity, responsibility, is to be listening. Because we're raised in an environment where it says that if you've gone to school and read enough books, you have the most information, you are an expert. And the reality is that everyone around you is an expert in their own lived experience. And so as we lean more into elevating the voices of Black, Indigenous, people of color, trans folks, and LGBTQ folks, we have to trust their expertise and be willing to sit and listen to what it is they need. A lot of times the shift around social movement is led by the privileged, and the privileged believe they have all the answers and solutions for a group of people that they aren't even willing to listen to. And so if you want to lean into the responsibility you have around individual and cultural shifts, you have to first lean into the responsibility and opportunity you have to just be silent and take in information, regardless of the discomfort that it arises for you, regardless of whether or not it contradicts what you know to be true or think you know to be true. You want to be responsible enough to actively listen without silencing, without trying to deflect, without trying to project, without trying to question. Just listen. And so that's my offering to you. In which ways will you lean into your responsibility? I hope that you'll take the opportunity to join me for Accessible Yoga Training's continuing education. We're offering a race and equity course that provides a space of co-learning, a space to reimagine, a space of self-study, and it's facilitated by me. I'm super honored and grateful to Jivana for making the space for me to connect with folks in this way. We'll be leaning in for 4 sessions. It's a 12-hour course offering CEUs. You can find more information at accessibleyogatraining.com. I hope to see you there. Peace.